Okay, term number 2 that every singer must know is the word tone. Now, what does this mean? Tone essentially is quality of sound, how something sounds. And so you might hear vocal coaches talking about different tones that artists have to create, right? Or should be creating, or what they work on with their artists to create. And so what's important to note about this is some people identify the lower range as chest voice. And there's a certain tone quality, which is a sound quality that comes along with that. In the lower range, you might hear people talk about breathy voice. Right, you hear that breath through the air. I always do that latest song, Olivia Rodrigo, where she kind of breaks into that breathiness there, right? And so you have breathy voice. That's a tone, that's a texture, that's a sound quality we want to create as singers, or can use as singers. So you also have down there what I term and call what the lower range is speaking voice. Now that's not just talking about your actual speaking voice, is talking about a brighter, clearer sound in the lower range. And so that's a certain sound quality we are trying to create down there. Now in the higher range, there are certain tones that we want to be able to create as singers. And again, it's an interesting thing with this too, because singing coaches will sometimes address some of these, all of them. There's almost like a confusion, or can be cross terms in regards to, in the higher range, like calling something belt, which is our and some people feel that's more of what's called mixed voice. I personally feel like there's certain things that however it translates almost to the artist is where we kind of go with that there. I call the higher range, there's certain tones in there belt, like definitely refer to it as belt. And then there's also head voice. It's kind of a staple. You have head voice and you have falsetto. And essentially all those terms are doing is identifying a certain sound quality we as singers want to be able to create. Again, the confusion can lie that sometimes certain coaches refer to like belt for those big notes, and some might refer to that as more of a mix. I would say they're kind of interchangeable. For me, belt is that big, rich, full sound, the mid to high range. When I think about mix, it's almost like a softness that comes through, and it is a hybrid of like the head voice and belt. But I get why coaches may call it mix and so forth. But that being said, that's why we want to understand the word tone.